This is not realistic driving, and welcome to Turkey. So we are inside realistic car driving, which is it is not a game for just like in this one. So we're about to see we're inside of a Turkish driving game. So I have to play it out, and if I'm going to be driving with some other models and other stuff, there must be contains for a dangerous thing, but Japanese. But intensely that I'm going to be driving otherwise, that I'm going to be showing how the prices was. So I'm using the settings and sun rays and global shadows. So there must be teams, and which is a luxury pass and sport pass. Everything has been increasing the game passes as well. So we got something for a game passes everywhere that I'm going to be spawning some vehicles. So we got only RS6, which is a sport cars, which is we don't have any sports cars. We're not having a BMW M5. So later I just respawned back on the top. So I recommended to drive a Mercedes-Benz CLA 250, which is I'm going to be spawning right here, and it's not a sports car as well. So it's not a original car or something. So let's go to be driving down. So before I'm going to be driving this down, and unfortunately this car might able to get infinity fuel. So if this car runs out of fuel and just got stalled, I might require to get some money. So how about this? So I'm just doing for just only teams for luxury pass. These teams are not available because everything's aren't fundable, so it's not going to be fundable for this time. And if this time we'll be going for a game pass, we'll be going to do down for just only one thing. For VIP pass just came up for luxury pass, sports, police pass, and everything goes. So how to play for these money, and where are the monies come from? If I despawn some cars, maybe it won't able to save some fuel for just now. So I'm just using a manual gear, which is this car just came by and is almost going to get killed. But I'm just trying to do something, and then we're not going to be wasting so much fuel as well. We are saving with some fuel, and I'm not going to be trying to redline at this moment. This car just don't have any clutch, and even it has clutch for just a weak clutch as well. So the car is still running as it runs so very slow as possibly it must be turning some kind of hell. Oh wait, is this not possible that we're living in Japan as well? As possibly you're living must be nothing. You read this, I might not be able to go for American member for this time. If you're living in some kind of country, you're not allowed to be an American member for this time. So even you're gonna be running out of fuel so fast, which is probably I'm gonna be accelerate a little bit slow, which is the CLA 250 is a little bit slow as well. So I'm not going to be going for a gas station as well until the car runs out of fuel. So which is I need to save fuel as fast as possible. So if I'm going downhill for something like this, I'm not going to be doing so as well. So even I'm not going to be going down for this whole downhill, which is I'm possibly that I can do. So here we go. So let's going down for just impossibly terrible as toll gate as well. So you might remember that you're going to be for a toll gate battle. So I just need to slow down against well. So here comes that corner, and I'm not going to gas too much as well. So if I just gas too early, which is not impossible to do it, and which is going to lead into a fatal accident as well. So I'm not pressing the gas as well. So if that car runs out of fuel as much fast as possible, this is much worse than I ever see. So it will be taking for a few minutes to go, which is possibly that I would want to see like this one. It was just American reference, but even on bottom of the hill there must be a town or something. And looks like we're not going to be drifting down into this kind of literally the BHL. And probably this must be the natural drift or something like else. It's pretty lag, and if I'm going to be driving to do so, then I'm going for just an onboard view for itself. This will be much not kind of worse as well. So have you seen for an onboard view and speedometer is absolutely disabled for just a very long time. It will be take a lot more minutes for just only with this size. So I'm speeding for over 90 miles an hour as well, so I might able to drift around down for this hill. So it looks like a toge drafting. It looks like a toge battle, like the 5th stage or even 4th stage as well. And even I'm getting down for this hill, and it is going to be such a very fast thing that I'm going to be seeing this for just literally on time for this one. Almost, I just a little bit speeding for going downhill for this time. So, which is I'm going to be saving fuel as much as possible. That I'm going to be seeing like this. And probably I'm going to be drifting downhill as fast as I could. And it looks like this must be doing such an inertia drift. It looks like this. So what's this? And probably you cannot able to see this. And probably I need to save much fuel as much as I possible. Now I need to throttle this back to 3rd gear. No, I'm in 5th gear as well. Oh no, down to 2nd gear, which is I'm going to be running out of fuel as possibly that I'm going to be not to say like this one. So it will going to be the car temperature will go and rise until it hits to 200 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit, which is going to be in danger and explode this engine itself. So I just need to keep focused, trying to go on right side of the road, that I need to drive safe as fast as possible, that the fuel might able to run out as well. So I'm not going to be accelerating so much until hitting the 0 to 60 until somewhat we're almost down into the hill, and looks like I can see the 7-Eleven, just like not the gas station as well. And this is not absolutely like a Japanese reference, but not time and not as well. So we're here in the gas station once again. So I'm not talking about this strategy as well. Possibly that I'm going to be accelerating from 0 to 60. So it must be this place for the street racing place. So I need to go reverse, and let's try to head and jumpstart this thing. I understand that I'm not going to be speeding until I overheating this engine itself, so we're going to be doing about this right now. So here we go. I'm going to be doing 0 to 60 against one at a time until it gets out of fuel for this time. So I'm ready for this and about to do so. So here we go. Let's get right onto this strategy. We're hitting on red line for this. 0 to 60 is almost there for just only for 4 seconds at a time. That must be the faster acceleration for this time. It hits to 66 degrees Fahrenheit or Celsius, which is I'm not going to be doing for just only one thing. Okay, I'm about shifting down to gear 4 and blasting up here until we're going to find ourselves a police chase, right? So hitting to 100 miles an hour for the first time. And looks like this car just got ourselves a fuel savings. And we're absolutely finished right over here. So it does finish right over here, and I'm just going to be doing 360. Perfect, not perfect enough. So if I'm just doing a 360 brownout, which is not perfect for itself. So I'm gonna let's get right here to the highway itself. So I'm still saving fuel by itself by 2035, and I can't able to do this by itself. And I can't able to do just only one thing that I use fuel, and it's probably going to be extremely dangerous. But some fuels is maybe very dangerous for itself. So I'm gonna be doing for just American mode itself, hitting so much red line for just only one piece for this time. I'm using a neutral, which is I'm going for onboard view just like American mode, which is possibly that I can do. So if I'm going to get closer to this microphone itself, which is an ID word for itself. So we're still running on fuel by one time. So if I look for there must be, and there is some kind of lag incoming for this literally basically for Asian mode itself. So shifting down to second gear, and it's almost going to be such an under 10 miles an hour. So these cars on the back says keep moving. Oh my god, the Ford Transit just kicked himself out of here, so let's gonna be doing for a blasting ride itself. Now, it's under like going to be itself for driving on the left side of the road, which is a possibility that I'm going to be doing for American mode. I'm chasing him down for just only one thing, and there's one solution that I won't ever to refuel my car itself. So if I'm going back for just only one time, I'm not going back for this time. But unfortunately, not a need to go for a turnaround loop or just a highway for a I perfectly this time for just absolutely as well. So this car is just going to be running out of fuel until it was 50%. That I'm going to be driven for lots of miles and a few gallons to go, and we still have possibly that we're going to be saving a lot of fuel for this time. So back to 65 degrees by going around the bridge and heading inside the city. When I was speeding too much, I'm going to get pulled over or something. So maybe try not to do that by itself. So, which is pretty extremely dangerous. Here's another lag again, and I'm not going to be doing such a pretty bad thing. It's not going to be such a very possible thing that I'm going to do so. It looks like we're under 50% of the amount of fuel. So it looks like we're going inside through the city, and we're not going to be refueled for some car. And I'm just going to get out of this onboard view by itself. So it looks like we're decelerating, and we have entered the city as well. And it looks like I might be able to get around here through the city as well. And it must be possibly that I need to find a gas station, which is I shift down to the second gear, in which I'm not going to be taking too much gas and literally too much everything. So even driving on the left side of the road is prohibited by the nationwide for just something like that. I can see this dealership a few moments ago, and it was just literally 2 seconds ago that I absolutely see like this. And there is the gas station, and finally there's absolutely going to be refueling some cars. And we just finally going to be arriving at the fuel station, which is like the gas station, and it's out of order. So where is these guys are just like themselves. So eventually it was officially in service. So maybe I need to try out with some fuel, and it cost money as well. So I cannot even to save money as by itself. There's a friend request by one time. I cannot able to refuel this car, so I may able to get inside this vehicle by itself. So I'm going to be unfriending him by itself. So I don't like to get this friends if it's even like American references or something like that. Eventually he just left the game or something like else. So anyways, if you enjoyed for this video, so make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and this game is linked in the description below. But I don't want to show this game for this size, but it's even for basically Asian. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.